Yeah, we were just talking about how much has happened this year, like with so much tragedy because we now hearing about Debo passing away. I'm like, what? Yeah,
And it was crazy though. I forgot to say they made a fake death report on about him like months ago too.
really.
Yeah,
I know they did a fake hoax thing with someone else too. I think it was Jim Carrey.
yeah, it was Jim Carrey.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, what?
It's like y'all just
Like,
want these
don't play
motherfuckers.
with us like that. Don't do that.
Who else? I know they did one to some rapper too.
Anyone we know?
I forgot. I know it was like a hip hop legend. He was like, I ain't dead. No, yeah, Scarface. It was Scarface.
Oh wow. Mm, that's crazy.
Huh? T.I versus T.I.P.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm so happy this is the first T.I album that we're going to talk about. Keep it above with y'all.
Yeah.
Ronnie,
Cause
Sam, Q.
Hey, Ronnie.
what's up, Ronnie?
Yeah, I didn't find out about Debo passing away until Ronnie.
Crazy.
Yeah, Ashley told me that.
Heard.
I saw Ronnie told me too.
Yeah.
By the way, I might do a collection video by the end of the month to early January, but I'll give y'all the final word about that.
Okay.
Because Loki, I might try to treat me to some CDs Christmas week because the vinyls, man, I gotta go to Discog for some vinyls. I'm not liking what I see in vinyl stores right now.
Is that disappointing, huh?
I'm gonna put it to you, and this is what I was talking to Try about. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Carolina Soul, that's like my vinyl store, and I
Yeah.
used to buy albums I would never thought I would have
Yeah.
for a good price. The only
Yeah.
good vinyl store that's really popping right now is like Hunky Dory. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Hunky Dory.
That's the name of the store? Wow.
And so, what I don't like about Hunky Dory, they overprice their vinyls and shit. And it's
Mm.
just like, let's just say, I saw a copy of David Bowie's Scary Monsters, an album from 1980, for
Mm-hmm.
like $50.
What?
Yeah. Whereas you can get that in Carolina Soul, maybe for like a good $25, $30, you know. And it's just like y'all have like the same ass albums I can easily get.
Yeah,
And y'all
elsewhere.
yeah. Whereas with Carolina Soul, let me show y'all something.
Okay.
Let me show y'all something. Because now I gotta pull out my stash right quick. Marty Malls re-entry album. Where have
Oh
you ever
wow.
seen this album in stores?
Never.
Never. Carolina
Mm-mm.
Soul. Mike Geronimo's The Natural. On vinyl. Carolina Soul. The Firm album on vinyl. Carolina Soul.
From
Mm.
Earth, Wind, and Fire's Faces album. One of their
Oh wow.
rarest albums. When have you ever seen this album in stores?
Never.
Carolina. I'm just saying, like, and this is what I hate about these fucking what's the word for like culture vultures.
hmm
Yeah.
God damn, overpricing shit.
Mm.
One more album. I'm gonna show y'all.
All right.
No, I ordered that.
So the From album comes without the cover?
Yeah, that was a promo copy.
Oh shit.
Oh, what in the
Steve Martin,
world?
Oh, Steve Martin.
Carolina
Oh.
Sale. The dollar sale. Yeah, fuck Hunky Dory. Fuck those white people, man.
Mm.
Like that's why I did not even. That's why I was originally planning on doing a review on Mob Deep's Infamy, but it was like $23 for a vinyl, and I thought about that. I'm like,
Mm.
Loki, I can get that cheaper.
Yeah, you get that so much cheaper. But I was surprised with the TLC's first album on Amazon. It was only like 17 something.
It's not worth 20 something. I don't. Infamy is a decent album. It's not worth $22.
It's not.
Yeah.
At most 14.
Right.
Right.
But I might still do a review on the album before the year's over.
Right.
But go ahead, Ashley. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying that's how people be getting other folks sometimes, even with certain CDs too. Because I know there was a few things I picked up from my mom like a couple of months back. Some of the stuff I saw online, they were like overpriced at that, and I'm like, I would never pay this much for a CD, even for my mom or for myself or whoever I get. And it's like, okay, if I'm gonna get something, I might as well get a used one and make sure the condition is like almost like brand new or in very good condition. And that's what like most of the pickups I got for her, they're like that. Even some for myself. Or sometimes I would wait a few months for the price to drop to where I think it's like reasonably or almost to the point where it's like dirt cheap. So it won't cost me like an arm and a leg when I pay for it or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Even the especially rare stuff, some of it's hard to come by. And I know Babyface's first album, I'm still trying to see if I can get my hands on that for my mom, but they want a new copy of that for like $33 for just that CD.
What?
And when $33. Because even when I told my mom that, she was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah."
For a new copy?
Yeah.
That album was released in '87, at least.
Yeah, yeah.
On CD, so you can imagine what the vinyl was.
On CD, yeah. Is that hard to come by?
Crazy.
But everything else of his is not expensive.
Yeah, man. I'm about to go on about 5 minutes, pulling up my notes and shit.
All right.
But yeah. Other than that, yeah. So it's official. There's a 65-35 chance I'm going to do a live on Ashanti and Keisha Cole's versus battle this weekend.
Yeah, and I know you have your feelings about Ashanti and Keisha Cole because I know their music really don't appeal to you like that.
I'm not gonna say it doesn't appeal to me. I'm just like I have both my pros and cons with both of them. Ashanti, better writer, not really that much of a good singer. Keisha Cole, not the best singer, whines too much, but she has style. That's all I'm gonna say.
She from Cali, you know she got that swag.
Oh yeah. But at the same time, it was just like, you know what? And besides, I always wanted to go live on these verses anyway, so. And Kuji might join me and stuff like that because I might start it a little bit late because he gets off a little bit after 8 though, but I'll see what I can do.
Okay. All right.
Kuji's a lot of you.
You said what?
Say Kuji's funny.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah,
no, you watched their live reaction to Runaway Love and Slap, didn't you?
I seen Kuji used to be on here early, like before. I seen like videos with him and Reggie, like in the over the couple of years, you know.
Yeah, I've seen one of those old ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the review we did on Malibu, man, that was like about an hour. Shit.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that one. I saw the one we did on Big Daddy Kane, Taste of Chocolate.
Oh my God, that was I know try not to not like that review.
Oh Lord. I wasn't allowed to.
I even make suggestions to Red, like if he does any more of those what the F videos with him,
right.
They should do certain ones that never in a million years you would possibly think they will react to. Like I mentioned to him through Messenger, like Spice Girls Wannabe and yeah. Yeah, that'll be
with us, that'll be crazy.
I even mentioned New Kids on the Block, No More Games, the official video.
Oh
Mm,
God.
Yeah, and you thought that American Music Award performance was cringy.
mm.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
know.
still surprised you didn't see that when it originally aired. Try.
Nah, I don't. If I did, I don't remember it. I usually remember those performances, but I don't
Yeah, but that was in like January of '91, though, right?
know about like 91. Yeah, Coogie's hilarious. So
Yeah,
I'm surprised, Reg.
and
You never like talk to him to bring him on with us to do a review or something.
I have, but with Coogee, he has like a lot of work. He does like a lot of work, and he's trying to be like an actor and director. So if I
Oh
can
wow,
get him,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what's up.
yeah, he got a lot going on.
hmm But he's always supported me over the years. So shout out to Coogee.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm ready to start whenever y'all are to keep it a buck.
All right.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of our hip hop review. This is Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
I got my homegirl Ash with me,
That's good.
and I got Mary Jane with me. Um, so the album we are going to talk about today is T.I. with I want to say this is his fifth studio album, T.I. versus
Mhm.
T.I.P. This came out in 2007 on Grand Hustle. A little trivia: he actually had a song called T.I. versus T.I.P. on a trap music album too. So just a little trivia about that. Singles album is known for is Big Things Poppin', which it's called Big Shit Poppin', but obviously for a radio play.
Yeah.
You know what it is, Hurt. And even though it wasn't a single, I'm gonna still count Touchdown because I heard it get played in a few radio stations and stuff like that. And plus, that was if you watched football around that time, they used to play that shit a lot.
Right.
Um, Producers include Ti was an executive, Jason Getter was an executive, Kanon Caviar Cross, Just Blaze, shout out to Just Blaze,
Just
Manny
leave.
Fresh, Lil C, Wycliffe John, Jerry Wonder, Duplessis, Cedic, All Hands on Deck Gene, Keith Lil Wonder, Duplessis. If I'm fucking up y'all names, I'm sorry.
You're fucking the game. Just
Uh, um, Kevin Ko Cates, Bio Quack Fame, Steve Haldren, Nate Danger Hills. Okay. Um,
Mm.
the Brothers, Tony Galvin, Eminem. Oh Jesus. Jeff Bess, Timbaland, and Keith Mack. And the guest appearance you have Wyclef, Jay Z, Alpha Mega, who Alpha Mega was like a Grand Hustle signee, Busta Rhymes, Nelly, and Eminem. All right, so since this is like the first Ti album I'm talking about, you know how we always do this. I'm gonna give like a brief synopsis about Ti, but yeah, Ti man, Tip, the self-proclaimed king of the South, um, basically one of the like pioneers of trap music, next to Jeezy and Gucci. How did y'all get into Ti? I'm just gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna start with Ash.
um. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna
Ash.
start with Ash. Yeah.
Oh, starting with me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I've heard Ti's stuff like when I was like really young. I like going into middle school. I know there was one song. I think the first one was Slow Motion. He was featured on that one, right?
Whose album?
Nah.
Whose album is that?
No,
You talking about Juvenile Slow Motion?
I think that's what I probably got that mixed up with. My bad, y'all.
Oh, you
The
good?
first one,
You
the
good?
first that's actual song I heard from him was pretty much "You Know What It Is." To be honest,
Oh wow.
because I think I heard that a couple of times because someone I guess was playing that in middle school. I don't know, like on the bus or something. the school bus on the way to school, something like that. And that was my first time hearing T.I. And then What You Know About That. That was another big song, of course.
Love
And
it.
then of course he was in ATL, his big movie debut, I guess, in ATL. And then I know there was another song I remember hearing of his that featured Usher was My Life, Your Entertainment.
Oh God.
That wasn't a bad song.
That was on Raymond versus Raymond, I believe.
No. It was on Paper Trail, I think.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Yeah, Paper Trail. Yeah, yeah, there it is. Okay. And then I remember hearing him again on Usher's Raymond versus Raymond.
Yeah.
Guilty. That was the name of the song, Guilty. And then of course I know he did his thing on TV again in films like what's that one movie with I know it was a lot of them. It was Idris Elba, Chris Brown, Michael Ealy. What was that one?
Oh
Takers. Yeah, I remember him in Takers. And then of course he was in Ant-Man,
mhm.
and he was in that one movie with Jamie Foxx, and I can't think of the name, but I remember seeing it in theaters.
I forgot the name of it too.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that too. But there were just so many things I remember seeing T.I. or hearing a song or two, and then of course hearing Big Things Poppin'. I know they played that a lot on the radio, and heard that song on TV a couple of times as well, and Live Your Life with Rihanna. Just numerous songs of his in his career. And of course, I know he made big headlines with one year when him and his wife Tiny both ended up getting arrested. I remember that.
Mhm.
And then him having his own reality show. I already knew that too.
Awesome.
But this is my first actual T.I. album I've listened to today. So just looking forward to giving my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I listened to him from the beginning, like when I'm Serious came out from his first album with he had that track with Beanie Man, and then listening to 24s, and then 24s that was on the Need for Speed Underground game, and I was a big Need for Speed head, back in like the PlayStation days, PlayStation 2 and all that. And,
Was it like
um,
Midnight Club or some shit like that?
I know it was on Need for Speed Underground.
That was the one.
It was on that, and that was like one of my favorite Need for Speed games. So just like playing it, and while you racing from the cops, and you got that song playing, it was his first album was dope, and then like he kept progressing. Trap music came out. That's one of his best. Rubber Band Man and Be Easy. Um, that was a great album. And then when you had Urban Legend come out, that was another great one. You know, um, ASAP. That was like my journal for the You Don't Know Me. And then you came out with King. King is considered like his magnum opus. I love that album. And ATL, I saw that. That was a good movie. He did his thing as an actor. I liked Evan Ross' character more. Because he's like a real actor, and
You ain't
he
nobody's
does.
daddy.
Huh?
Like you ain't nobody's daddy.
Right, and
Mm.
and and then at the time I didn't know Evan was Diana Ross's son. You know what I'm saying? But he was a good actor. Big Boy did his thing in that, and that was a good movie. And he was just big. I feel like his albums just kept getting better and better. But he had a problem staying out of jail for these albums. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that was like a like planned or what, but it just seemed like anytime he was locked up, he had a great album. You know, and after King, you had T.I. versus T.I.P. We about to talk about this album. Paper Trail I love. I remember getting that the first day it came out. I went to FYE to get that classic album. To me, that's his last great album. Like I've heard the other stuff. Trouble is the heavy hand or whatever, and then the Us album, and I don't feel like it's his best stuff compared to his earlier work. He had that whole beef with Luda at one point of who's king of the South. To me, I always felt like Luda had the better bars, but T.I had the better albums. And you
I
know,
don't know about that, but okay.
you feel like Luda had the better albums?
Hell yeah. Like
Really?
that
Wow.
for the first time shits all over I'm serious. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. But I mean, to me, I think Luda after Red Light District, I stopped liking his stuff. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Whereas where T.I was still dropping joints after, you know what I'm saying? Like I say like Wheezy was big in the 2000s, and I feel like T.I was right there with him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, New York had a lot of love for T.I. I've seen T.I in concert, saw him last year. I didn't like his set though. Like he didn't perform a lot of his big hits. Compared to who else was on that show. Like Snoop Dogg was on that show, and 50 Cent,
Mm.
Cameron gave better performances than him. But I got a chance to see him in concert. He was cool. But I mean, I've always felt like T.I had a great discography up until Paper Trail. You know what I'm saying? But even after that, like he was still dropping joints after, and then like he coming out with Iggy Azalea. You know what I'm saying? And did some joint. He was on her album and did some stuff with her, and came out with the PSC Click, and But I always felt like he was definitely a contender when it came to King of the South. You know what I mean? But yeah, like he I watched the Family Hustle for a couple seasons as well. Him and Tiny, but he's always been in and out of trouble, and I feel like he's a great artist. Like he's definitely one of the best from the South, and I wish he would do a versus battle. Like pick somebody that you want to battle and stop. One minute he's down to battle 50, then you don't want to battle, and you know what I'm saying? Like battle Jeezy, you don't want to battle Jeezy. And I feel like he would be good in the versus battle because he got many hits. He got a lot of good features, and I definitely would like to see him do one of those on those shows. So that was like my introduction to him.
Okay, cool, cool. To me, my introduction to T.I. was definitely '06 when he came out with What You Know, which that was like a big song back in '06. I mean, the whole King album, Fire album. I love the song Why You Wanna, um, um, King Back. I mean, just the whole braggadocio of T.I. Definitely like one of the rappers I used to listen to a lot, like growing up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's pretty much my introduction. He pisses me off sometimes though, but fuck it. What other rapper doesn't piss me off? But anyway, let's for those who don't know who Ti is, excuse me, he is rapper, MC, born in Atlanta and stuff like that. He was mostly raised by his grandparents, and because his father he died of Alzheimer's and stuff like that. So Ti started rapping like when he was 8 years old and stuff like that, and so he of course got his name from his nickname Tip, and he also was called like the Rubber Band Man too, hence the song. And so it wasn't until '96 that he hooked up with Big Country King, and they started selling mixtapes from their car and stuff like that. And so fast forward 1999, he pretty much signed to Arista Records, and he shortened his name from Tip to Ti because Q-Tip was signed to Arista Records at that time.
Right.
And so he, out of respect, so he changed it from Ti and stuff. And so fast forward to 1991. I mean, excuse me, 2001. He came out with "I'm Serious," which I'm gonna be quite honest. I really don't remember that album, but I was only too big on it to keep it a buck. I know I have to re-listen to it because he was still trying to find his sound and things of that nature. And that album also had his group PSC, which consists of Big Country King, Dollar DP, AK, Mac Boney, and so on and so on. And so, with that being said, they dropped like their first mixtape together, in the streets, which I never heard of anything about PSC. I know Try. I know you probably have a good knowledge about PSC.
I listened to the first. I believe they dropped two albums. I listened to the first one and I didn't like it because it
Uh,
was basically like when these artists do these click albums like D12 and G Unit, and it was basically T.I.'s click album, and he wasn't on. I don't think he was on every track on the album, but he was on some. But I don't care for those for that album. Like the D12 first album I like, and G Unit first album, but when they start doing these click albums, and then it's like you barely hear the leader on a lot of these songs. It's like I don't really care.
yeah, I definitely see what you're saying and stuff like that because that's the same way I kind of feel about when Jeezy came out with the Boys in the Hood. I wasn't really too big on Boys in the Hood.
And
I
I
mean, they had
have that Boys in the Hood album, that first one. I have the one on Bad
got
Boy. I have
that.
them.
Yeah, mine. Yeah, sign up to Bad Boy and shit. So
Mhm.
yeah, man. That's just the way I personally see it and shit like
I
that.
will say this though, Jeezy did his thing on that Boys in the Hood album. Even though I'm not a big Jeezy fan, but like him and Joey Breeze, they were like the stars of that album.
Oh yeah, I definitely see what you're saying on that because I mean it's Jeezy. He got to show out on that album.
Right.
Got to.
Yeah. Hmm.
By the way, Ash says she has to fix something with the modem and stuff like that too. So
Okay.
she'll join us in a couple of minutes and stuff.
Right.
All right, so probably after I finish talking about who Ti is, he'll probably jump back in. So fast forward, to 2003. No, actually, he got dropped from Arista Records. And this is around the time Pharrell called him like the Jay-Z of the South and stuff because they felt like um there was just another Southern rapper. And you guys should know how Arista Records is.
Right.
Clive Davis was running that around that time, so you should already know. And that's when he made Grand Hustle Entertainment, and that's when his relationship with DJ Drama, they started doing like a lot of mixtapes with one another. And so that was when they dropped the Trap Music album, which in my opinion, that was like his real breakthrough album. A huge 180 if you ask me. You have classics like Let's Get Away, Rubber Band Man, the T.I. versus T.I.P track. So yeah, very, very dope album. I consider it a classic album. I don't care what no one says because there's like a lot of people who say that T.I. and Luda don't have no classics, but
Crazy.
I'm gonna talk about that one day. I'm gonna talk about that. And then 1 year later, he came out with the Urban Legend album, and this was also like around the time too where he started getting in trouble with the law a lot, and so around this time, around this time, he was pretty much had a probation violation around Georgia for like possession of firearm and possession of marijuana and stuff like that. And so a warrant was issued for his arrest due to like a 1997 drug conviction. So they felt like he violated his state controlled substances act, something like that. And
Mhm.
so if I'm not mistaken, he was in prison for
Yep.
Urban Legend. And I'm not even trying to be funny. This is like a no, no, for real. I'm really not trying to be funny. It's like a common thing that happened in his career
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But he started bringing them numbers out because Urban Legend came out with the Bring 'Em Out track, which in my opinion, I like the version on the BET Awards with Sheila E on the drums. That's the version I like. ASAP. Yeah, also has that one track he did, Stand Up with Lil Jon, Trick Daddy, and Lil Wayne.
Right.
My Life with Daz Dillinger. Like we definitely gotta talk about that album one day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I don't have a copy of that, but do you have a
Me
copy of
neither.
that? Oh,
That's
okay,
that's the
bet.
one out of the classics I'm missing. I have like the other one.
Okay,
That one
bet.
is out
So,
of print, I believe. Urban Legend.
oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 2005 happened, and PSC dropped the 25 to Life album, which I remember seeing commercials of that album a lot back in BT and stuff like that. Like I said, I've never really heard the album, never really been too much of a fan of PSC.
Right.
And so it was around this time that T.I. had issues with Ludacris
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that because I'm not going to say bits and pieces of it. I don't want to spend too much time because StreamYard, all that bullshit. But so supposedly, um, some guy from Ludacris's clique had a shirt in one of I-20's videos that says like Trap House, and he got his ass beat and stuff like that. And so T.I. took offense to it because he mistook the logo for trap music. And so that's when Young Buck had the song Stomp, classic track in my opinion. And so originally T.I. and Ludacris was supposed to have been on the remix.
Right.
However, he had a lot of he threw some shots at Ludacris and stuff like that too, which Ludacris threw some shots at him, and like I said before, it was a dope. And then next thing you know, it Ti got replaced by the Game on that version and
Right.
stuff
That
too.
was on the Young Buck Straight Outta Cash rule. And but
Yeah,
if you have the OG copy, that like there's an album sticker on it, and it actually says on the album that his verse was taken off for Game Zone.
yeah, I know I have that album. I think I have the
Yeah,
special edition of that
yeah,
album
I
and
gave you
stuff.
the special edition one. Yeah, that's the album
Yeah, you
sticker
get
says that
oh,
he
oh
was replaced by Game. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, no shit. I got so many CDs I can't keep track who gave me what sometimes and shit. So no shade
right.
if you forget. But yeah, man, and then they had some of the best Rap City freestyles.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, they were going ham at each other. And fast forward to 2006, it was a busy year for Ti. He was working on the King album, and then he was working on the Grand Hustle Presents In the Streets Volume 4 compilation. And then he was working on the ATL movie, which that's a very dope movie. But I've seen a lot of motherfuckers say that that's like the southern version of Boys in the Hood. I was like, hell no.
Hell no. No.
Let's not do this. No, let's not do this. I mean, I love Boys in the Hood. I love ATL, but nah, y'all reaching. So
That
yeah,
reminded me. ATL reminded me more of like the Inkwell.
yeah, the Inkwell,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? That wasn't no Boys in the Hood. It was. I mean, Andre was really the only. I mean, Andre. Big Boy was like the only real violent threat in that film. You know?
And mind you, Big Boy, he just shot the motherfucker. You don't know what happened to him after and shit.
Right. Right. You know, you thinking like,
Like
oh, is that the end of the film?
smooth criminal. But yeah, man. So yeah, the King album was released in '06. Very dope album. Possibly my favorite Ti album. Keep it a bug. I know a lot of people say that's his best album. I mean, the production, the lyricism. I know that album got him nominated for best rap album and shit like that. I don't know who he lost to. I forgot who he lost to. But hold on, let me check. Let me check.
I think that was was that the same year that he was on Justin's album with My
Yeah,
Love.
yeah. Oh shit,
That's
he lost to Ludacris's Release Therapy album. Oh wow.
and I don't like that Luda album. So
I gotta hear that album, bro. I definitely gotta hear that
I
album,
do not like that album.
but
Like I said, like after Red Light District to me is when he started his downfall to me. But I know people
I agree.
like that. You know what I mean? Like you like Theater of the Mind, and I didn't like that one.
Yeah, Theater of the Mind, that was an exception because that was dope. But as much as I love Theater of the Mind and shit, it's not touching back for the first time. Chicken
Oh
and Run.
nah,
It's not
nah. Like
touching
his
it.
earlier stuff is great. His
Nah,
earliest like his first maybe 4 or 5 were great. But I didn't after I like Battle of the Sexes, but it could
I
have
hated
been.
that album.
You didn't like that one? Cause there's
Hell
some
no.
songs I like on that one, and
And
I get the
originally,
concept of what he was trying to do with that album.
right. And originally, that was supposed to have been a collab between him and Shauna.
Right, I remember you told me that. And
Yeah, and I
Sean is
have
like
heard
on what,
of those
two
albums.
songs maybe? She's not even on the whole album.
Nah, cause I think because you know she and Ludacris they have a very bad business relationship. I know she said on Vlad TV some shit about how Luda blocked her from the Hip Hop Awards
Oh,
or some shit. But I don't know too much about that, so don't misquote me.
right,
But I
right.
do have her first album, which that was okay. It was a pretty straight album, but
Yeah,
I need the I-20 album. That's the album I do need.
I never heard that one.
Oh,
That's a
dark
good
ass.
one. I gotta hear
That
that
shit
one.
is fire, man.
I have the DTP album, but I haven't played it yet though.
Shit.
I have that
But
one.
yeah, but back to Tip and stuff like that. So pretty much when it came to King album, that was the album where and Ashley's back. That was the
Yes.
album where like everyone really started calling him the King of the South because he really started himself. Started calling himself the King of the South maybe around the urban legend, trap music era, and stuff like that. And damn, I forgot to mention he also beefed with Lil Flip too.
Right, Little Philip. Right.
Yeah,
That was. I
uh,
think that was after Ti though. That
you said
Flip
that.
and yeah, I think that was. I thought that was after the Luda beef with Ti.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, that was '04.
Okay.
I think that was before Luda and shit. And
Okay.
so pretty much with that beef pretty much happened because you know Tip took issue. I mean, Lil Flip, excuse me, took issue of the King of the South comments, and they both diss each other. You know, they had shootouts with one another. But that beef got squashed by Jay Prince, if I'm not mistaken, and stuff like that. So yeah, and so around this time in '06, a lot of tragedy happened for Ti because while you know he was enjoying the success of King, um, his one of his friends actually died. He got shot up. Hold on right quick. I got the notes right here. So yeah, like one of his friends actually got shot in a nightclub and stuff like that between like his Ti's entourage and some cats from Cincinnati. And around this time, Ti was very like he was just ready for whatever. You know, he was ready for whatever for and shit like that. Which while you know he was working on this album and stuff like that, he had a concept of you know Ti being like the rapper, the successful businessman, whereas T.I.P was like the more gangster, you know, the thug and shit like that. And the irony of this album and shit like that was because while you know he was enjoying the success of Ti versus T.I.P, you know y'all should know that he got arrested for the guns charge, like the day he was supposed to perform at the Hip Hop Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that Hip Hop Awards too because
Mm-hmm.
pretty much the news of his arrest was like huge.
Yeah.
And I know BT publicized that and stuff like that too, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and Ti vs. Tip itself was a dark album, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, probably the darkest album in his discography, if you ask me, because he was talking about some shit, but a lot of fans and critics they didn't really care for this album too much because they said that this was like a fall off, and I'm just like, really? I mean,
Mm.
really though, compared to all the shit post Paper Trail, but you know what?
Right. And he,
But
he did like 11 months in prison when this album came out.
right, yeah, man. So this is not the album cover. I mean, the album cover. You know, there's like two album covers.
This is
One,
the well, I don't you didn't get the one with the sleeve?
I did, but what I did was when I was young, I kind of like use it as like a poster. This was before I was serious about my CDs and shit like that. So yeah, that's and I still have like the booklet like here and shit like that too and stuff like that. So yeah, man. But this is the album cover right here. You know, I mean, one of the booklet with him looking in the mirror. Of course, the Ti with the tank top, the white beard. That's Tip and shit like that. Yeah, man. Man, this was back in my MP3 player days and shit. So
Yes, like his alter ego,
yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, man. And one more thing about this album too. This album was split in acts. Act one, you got like T.I.P. Act two, you got the T.I, which was pretty much like the more polished tracks. Whereas Act three, we got like both T.I and T.I.P having like a confrontation with one another. You know, I like the way he set it up. I definitely like the way he set it up and shit. So when we're gonna do the OG version, not the deluxe
Okay.
version. I didn't care too much for the deluxe version track, and I do have the OG version.
But I think like the bonus tracks are on the album though. I think like even though they're not listed, I think they're on the album after the last track.
Oh wow, because I
Yeah.
don't
So
have that version.
so you just got like the 18 tracks?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
because I had this version since like '07 and shit. So like, I was on a mission to get this album to keep it a bug. But yeah, track number one is Act One T.I.P, which we're gonna start with T.I.P's story and stuff like that. This one was okay. It pretty much tells what like the him going through like the death of his friend, and now his alter ego is coming out, and he considers Ti the weak version, like oh he changed and stuff like that. Mind you, I love all the fucking skits off this album. Just to let you know. So I don't know how y'all think, but Eric,
What else? I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Like with the news clips playing, it reminded me of the intro to like Me Against the World. When podcasts like those news clips playing of when he got shot up at the studio, and then it goes into If I Die Tonight. Yeah, the news clips were playing about Ti being arrested and his friend got killed and his acting debut in ATL, and then you got Leo Cohen of all people shows up and he's telling Ti don't not to waste the company's money, and Ti is like don't worry about the company money, it's in good hands, and I'm gonna kill it. And I didn't know at the time Leo was on Atlanta. I thought he was their birthday.
oh wow,
Mm. Yeah, I'll admit that one definitely gives listeners the the gangster side of Ti to begin with, which is a smart move. Yeah, it does. It does. The intro does play out kind of like a little mini movie, so to speak, because yeah, you do hear about the passing of a close friend of his who I guess happened to be an employee for a Grand Hustle at the same time too. So of course that impacted him, and then it's like okay, that's it. He's just ready to run the streets, and someone's gonna feel the wrath of Tip right now. That's pretty much the vibe I got out of it.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna get into big shit popping. This one was a pretty dope song. Love this track. I love the video to this track in my opinion. Like the video was definitely dope. Him performing on the stage and shit like that. So yeah, man. Very hot track. This was back in like when hip hop was getting dominated by like the ringtone era and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And I remember how it was either this track, it was that summer, it was this track and Soldier Boy's Crank That Soldier Boy. That was like the
Oh
top
yeah,
that year and shit.
yeah.
Little trivia. The beat was originally for Lil Wayne, just to let y'all know.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah, I could have definitely saw Wayne on this shit too, in my opinion, because
Oh yeah,
and this is like '06 Wayne, I mean '06 '07 Wayne, which was like mixtape Wayne and shit.
right.
Hell fucking yeah. So one of my all time favorite Ti tracks. I love it.
When this first came on, I saw the video. I saw the video for the first time on I think it was 106 in Park. I didn't really like it as a first single though, but it grew on me. I like it now, and the chorus, big things popping, little shit stopping. I love that, and the stuff Ti was saying on here. Don't listen to them suckers when they say you're too irrational. I said I was king, and them lames started laughing. And I like his whole flow on the song. You know, he always know how to write a beat, no matter who produced it, and I like his flow on here. And he sounded real cocky, and he was in his prime at this point. And I like the guitars on it, and the pianos and the bass line is a fire joint.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when this song came out because, of course, like Reg mentioned, it was one of those songs that was like part of the big ringtone era of that year in '07. Of course, I heard like the radio friendly version of it more so than the explicit version. So, but yeah, I just love everything about this song. The beat, T.I.'s flow on the song too, and it was just all done right and done perfectly, and definitely one of those songs of his that I never get tired of.
Yeah, man, I definitely hear you on that. Which brings us into track number three, Raw. Yeah, man. Very, very dope track, Raw. Um, just pretty much, Ti on this cocky braggadocio shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it as much as Big Shit Popping, but still a solid track.
Yeah, this is dope. Real bouncy track. Like the beat. Ti saying, "Let your partner get you up. Ain't nobody catching up. Get some shit I'm down to receive or leave a rejection for. Fire, fire joint. Real solid album cut.
Yeah, even though Raw isn't a favorite of mine off here, I'll admit it was pretty decent. Of course, us seeing Tip's side on certain songs at this point, pretty much you get the essence of the alter ego of that being the cocky guy that he is.
I agree, definitely, and shit like that. It's like that's like the difference with Luda and Ti. It's like Luda was more cocky. Ti was more cocky. Luda was more comedic with his rhymes and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a very good point on that. Track number four, you know what it is. I like this song. Definitely like this song and shit like that, but Wyclef was not needed. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just like Wyclef's ad libs was what ruined. It was like
Mm.
in the intro he's like, I'm a no, not him. It's boy, don't spin my shit, boy. But do do do. I'm like, and then every fucking line is
Mm-mm.
like, Ti say, you know what it is. He's like saying some weird ass shit, but very cool
Oh.
song. Yeah, another cool song that I fuck with.
I,
Minus Wyclef.
I think Wyclef. I didn't mind Wyclef one. I think Wyclef was like the added spice to the soup. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't give a verse, but he was ad libbing in the back, and like the whole song has like an island vibe to it with Ti rapping over the beats. I'm like, yeah, that would be of any artist I could think of to feature. It would be Wyclef. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because I like the track. I think and like the video when they like in Little Haiti, and you see
Yeah,
like Ti waving the Haitian flag, and I thought it was a dope collab. Who would have thought like Ti and Wyclef? And I like the beat and Ti saying the wait is over. Here we go again and back on the place. Let's sell another couple mil, then take it back to the A. And that chorus. I'm about that drama. You don't want no problems. Pull out that llama, boy. You know what it is. I love that
do
fire
do
track.
do.
How you keep going?
Grand
That's
hustle, homie.
that could have been on the carnival. If the carnival came out during this time, I could have easily seen that track on the carnival album.
Yeah, like the Carnival too. Yeah, definitely.
No, Carnival One, not Part
Oh
Two.
shit.
No, Carnival Two wasn't good. Carnival
Mm.
One.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, you know what it is. I definitely love the song, but I have to agree with Reg. I felt like Wyclef really just wasn't needed on this song. I could have done without Wyclef with the ad libbing and all that. it just was unnecessary. The song was fine the way it is. That's my opinion.
I feel you. Um, then you're gonna get into the Dope Man. Love this fucking track. My man Manny Fresh fucking produced this shit. Just Ti, just dedicating his rhyme to like his former dope boy life and shit like that. I love the line when he said, "You selling dimes to 40 fiends, buy it and bounce. Throw some money to your mama, keep some food in the house. Cop the outfit and the joints on the day they come out. Better get yourself a pistol, know the jackers is out." Like, love that fucking line. So, very hot track.
Yes, definitely a solid cut, like the Manny Fresh beat. He got Manny Fresh has like a signature sound with the loud horns and the beat, and I love it. It's real bouncy, and you got T.I. saying "money, bills, and chains." But if you scratch this, bet you all you see is tats, money, bills, and chains. But if you scratch the surface, you can see you can feel the pain. And I like the chorus. I'm the dope man, nigga. The dope man, nigga. I love that shit. Fire Joint by Manny Fresh.
Yeah, I'll admit the Dope Man. I'll admit that wasn't a bad track either. I actually like that. Of course, it does tell a story about Ti's past and getting dope, but but yeah, I feel like it was just a song that was like slightly slept on, in my opinion.
I agree, and I'm seeing a lot of love for Dope Man on the chat too and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah, man. Now, one of my favorite tracks off this album. Watch what you say to me. This was featured with Jay Z. Little trivia about this track. A lot of people don't know, but this was actually a diss track. But allegedly, I heard Ti was throwing shots at somebody, but I've heard different people. But Jay Z was throwing shots at Lil Wayne on this track because
Oh,
in December 2006, Lil Wayne had a double XL issue, and he said that he was a better rapper than Jay Z and a couple other MCs and stuff like that. And a lot of people
mm,
got mad at what Lil Wayne was saying, and he had to publicly apologize to Jay Z, and so that's when
For
Jay,
what?
what?
You have to apologize for what?
because he said some disrespectful things and shit. I think him and Birdman, Jay and Lil Wayne, they had like a love hate relationship over the years and stuff.
Mm,
It's mostly competitive, to be real. But
right.
Lil Wayne had to publicly apologize to Jay.
Mm,
And
That makes no sense.
I heard
mm,
Ti was
real.
throwing shots at Gucci Man, either Gucci Man or Luda, but I don't. It's not been confirmed.
What what is Jay was like Jay Z like the Dalai Lama or something? Like what do you mean he had to apologize to Jay Z?
Mm,
I mean, at
Like
that
again, like if this is the essence of rap. You supposed to feel like you the best of all time and go at the best. Why if I'm Little Wayne or any artist and I'm taking a shot at Jay Z, why should I have to apologize to Jay Z? Who the hell is Jay Z? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I feel like a versus battle with Weezy and Jay that would be entertainment because I feel like Weezy can hold his own with Jay.
mm,
I'm saying like Jay might have more classic albums, but Weezy got big hits. He got big features.
that would be a versus battle. I would invest in myself. But
mm,
yeah, some of the lines that Jay was saying, I love some of these lines. He was like, in thin air, I'm like, nigga, Alex, keep it consistent. I hear you baiting me lately. I've been doing my best just to stay hater free. Still watch what you say to me. Sooner or later, I take you up to your offer and put you all in your place like I'm replacing your father, which that was a subtle shot at Birdman, too.
Mm.
mm,
Um, you talking to the author, the architect of the blueprint, my DNA in your music. Motherfucker, you stupid.
Mm.
Like, woo!
Yeah.
mm.
But Lil Wayne and Jay Z, they ended up doing Mr. Carter with one another the next year, so everything was cool. But yeah, very classic song in my opinion.
Yeah, Jay Z did get at him on in that verse. You know, it was a good feature with him and T.I. I like the beat was dope, and the chorus. Let me find out talking tough in your song. When you see me, boy, you know that it's on. Love that. It was a great feature. Jay Z definitely stole the show with that verse, and you could tell he was talking about somebody. But if I'm Weezy, I'm like, I'm going at the best. If Jay Z, if you're considered the best, guess what? I'm going at you. It can't just be about Nas and Jay Z, because there's other people that can battle Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like if Nas wasn't here, then we probably wouldn't be having a discussion of, well, who can battle, who can take Jay Z. Weezy can take Jay Z. You know what I'm
Hell,
saying? Especially during this time, huh?
Big Pun could have taken Jay Z.
I
Mm.
don't know. We put only had 2 albums though, but I mean, lyrical, that would have been a good lyrical battle, but Pun didn't have the catalog as Jay. But but
They
during,
both beef with one another and shit. That's why.
huh?
I'm just saying because they both beef with one another. That's why.
Right, of course, him and Fat Joe. But I mean,
Yeah.
like during this time, during like the 2000s, like Weezy was running shit after Jay took that little retirement and decided to run Def Jam into the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like it was about Weezy. His mixtapes, his albums. Weezy can definitely give Jay Z a battle. You know what I'm saying? And if
Right.
I'm Weezy, I'm like, yo, I'm the best. I'm gonna battle the best. You know what I'm saying? You know how Ric Flair used to say, to beat a man, you gotta beat the man. Well, if Jay Z's the man, then battle the man so you can beat him. You know what I'm saying? This whole you gotta apologize to Jay. Like, what is all? You know what I'm saying? Like Jay Z has that much power that all this gotta apologize to just for speaking out. I don't get that.
Of
Mm.
course.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you. Remember when Carrie Hilson had to apologize to Beyonce and some shit?
Oh
Y'all,
Now
wow.
for that
y'all know what happened.
what happened? So something happened at a party, right?
You talking about? No, because Carrie Hilson pretty much she did the song "Love in the Club" with Usher. Beyonce did the remix, and Beyonce got songwriting credit because she did add some things to the song. Carrie Hilson
Oh.
got mad and she made a diss track, and the Beehive threw "Dangerously in Love" CDs at her,
Mm.
and she had to
Mm.
apologize to Beyonce too. So
What do you mean apologize? Who made her apologize to Beyonce? What is this? Like she had a gun to her head or something?
Mm.
What do you, she had to apologize? Like I don't get that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they don't run the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Like they at the top, but they don't. It's not like, oh well, if Weezy go at Jay, so he went at Jay. So what? The powers that be in the music industry is forcing him to apologize to Jay Z. I don't understand it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just
what is Jay and Beige like the commissioner of the music industry now?
Unreal.
I mean they've been for almost 20 years now.
Right.
We've Run DMC has been in the business longer than them. Like they're not doing no commissioners of the industry. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Like maybe the whole Illuminati thing is true. Maybe they're part of Illuminati, and that's why people feel like they gotta apologize to them.
Oh
Because they
wow.
might wake up with their family dead or something. I don't understand it.
Mm.
Whoa, easy,
Mm.
easy.
Hey, I ain't a fucking no Illuminati, damn it. I'm speaking
Mm.
my mind here. You know what I'm saying? It's 2020. Like this whole can't speak out against Jay. Nas made Ether. Did not ain't nobody told Nas he had to apologize.
Mm.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Jay Z had apologized to Nas though. Yep.
Jay Z had to apologize to Nas.
Oh my
Yeah, because
god.
his mom made him apologize after Super Ugly.
What?
Yeah,
Did
you,
Jay
you,
Z's
didn't- you
mom
know
made? I
that?
didn't know. Jay Z's mom made
Dang.
him apologize to Nas.
Yeah, because he was like Jay Z. Well, that was disrespectful by him talking about Carmen and the baby and shit like that. She made him apologize, and Jay Z apologized on the radio and shit.
Mm.
I didn't know it. I never knew that. Oh
Mm.
my god! Wow, that's the music industry for you folks.
Yeah.
You might do it. You might offend somebody to the point where you gotta apologize to them.
Mm.
But ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh,
Mm.
My bad for calling out Jay and Beyonce. I don't need the Beehive after me. I gotta apologize to them. What would happen if we did a Beyonce a Beyonce like a trash album review on the Beyonce album. Like you think I
Oh
would
my
care what the
god.
Beehive had to say?
You said what?
I mean, let's say we had to do. Let's say Beyonce came out with an album tomorrow, and we did an album review on Beyonce album, and it was trash. Do you think I care about what the Beehive have to say? I don't care less.
I mean, I don't give a fuck what nobody said, but
You know what I'm
if a motherfucker tries to throw a CD at me, it's going down. That's all I'm gonna
saying?
say.
The Beehive just gonna have to live with that because I'm not. I speak my mind, so it ain't about no how big the artist is. If the album is
Man,
trash, it's trash. If
niggas gonna
Lil
jack
Wayne
my
feel like he's the
channel.
best, yeah, if Lil Wayne feel like he's the best, then he have a right to feel like that. I don't. This whole apologizing to Jace for what? Battle him then. If you feel like you've been disrespected and you've been hurt, then battle Lil Wayne. Let's
Mm,
see who's really the best. Who's the best Carter of all time? Let's see. I would like to see that battle, Carter versus Carter. Just like we had Dog versus Dog. Let's see Weezy against Jay.
mm,
You know what I mean? I guarantee you, Lil Wayne is not going to be a tough out. He's going to be in that battle. And I love Jay-Z, and I'm from Brooklyn. I'm saying that will be a battle.
mm.
You know what I mean? Weezy got classics. It's not like he got no classics at all. I'm just saying. What you think about that song, Ashley?
The song, I'll admit, I feel like that was what you watch what you say to me pretty much was, of course, was throwing shots at Weezy, pretty much like using him as for target practice, in my opinion. But yeah, pretty much that's what I got. But
Yeah.
even though it's not a favorite of mine, I'll admit I really did not expect them to go at it with shots like being thrown like that. And for
Weezy,
the fact
is he
that,
locked up again?
huh?
Is he locked up again, Weezy?
Man, fuck Weezy.
Wow.
Probably said free Weezy.
Mm.
That's these rappers, man. These
Yeah,
rappers get shot, locked up, fast after them.
just a lot.
Shit.
Mm.
Okay, drops it out today. Oh fuck.
Mm.
I might actually check that out tonight. I don't give a fuck.
What's that?
I said Pete Rock and Kid Cudi dropped that album. I might check both those albums out.
Yeah, that's right. Man on the Moon 3. I want to hear that.
Mm.
I have a feeling it's gonna be good, to be real.
Yes, that's his best albums to me. But I don't like everything he's dropped, but those Man on the Moon albums are like his best stuff.
I'm gonna say my thoughts on those. But yeah.
He got arrested for gun possession.
Again.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that. Oh.
Reg's like,
Oh. No, because after all this bullshit Weezy's been doing for these past couple of months, man, I'm just tired of these rappers dick riding on Trump and shit. Look at your president now.
Exactly.
Then the bullshit he said about George Floyd. He's in the same lift with Kevin Hart right now.
Oh god.
But we all said what we had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked 20 minutes on that whole fucking track. That's crazy. Wow. Now my favorite track off this album. I want to give a shout out to Kevin Ramirez on the chat. Hurt, featuring Alpha Mega and Busta Rhymes. Man, this single was released on the same day this nigga got arrested and shit. I remember the video. I saw the video and shit on 106 in Park.
Mm.
That shit was fucking fire. This is one of my favorite tracks. I mean, you had Busta Rhymes. You know, around this time he had just dropped the Big Bang and shit like that.
Mm.
Alpha Mega, who was just coming out and stuff like that. Yeah, man. I love. I think, in my opinion, I think T.I had the best verse. In my opinion, I gotta be real with you. Like, this nigga was angry and shit. This nigga said a lot of pussy niggas talk like bras love running their mouth. That is till I run in their house, put a gun in their mouth, tell them nigga talk shit now.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I'm not trying to. I mean, shit, man. That's that T.I.P, man. That's that trap music T.I coming out, man.
Right.
So I love this fucking track, in my opinion. It was the thing. I know the video wasn't playing like that next to you know how it is, and big things popping, but still,
I think the video was cool. It was like black and white, and you had I think Buster to me always kills a feature. You know what I'm saying? And when he says, "Front if you want, you can catch it, smile on my face, even though I got a ratchet." You know, he had like that vintage, like fast Buster flow. Like if you heard him on like, well, not as fast as like on "Give Me Some More," but he had like that, like the same type of flow he had on the Chris Brown song. Um, what's the name of it? I forgot the name of it. We know what I'm talking about, right? The Chris Brown collab
yeah,
on the Chris Brown album.
yeah.
He had like that type of fast flow, and yeah, I thought it was, again, another collab I wouldn't have imagined like T.I. and Buster, and I thought that was definitely a dope collab on here.
Yeah, I'll admit, Hurt with Alpha Mega and Busta Rhymes. Yeah, that was definitely a dope song. I did not know the single dropped on the day that T.I got arrested. That's something I never heard of in my entire life. But yeah, I'll admit, I like it. It was a pretty dope song.
Yeah. Like this, and the video was like the first time I saw it on the Hip Hop Awards and shit like that too. So anyway, that's why it's fun. Shit, Eric's
Mm.
stupid, but then we're gonna get into Ti's part. Where this is where the album gets more polished. You know, Ti being the successful nigga that he is. You're gonna get to Act Two, where like Act Two pretty much, he's pretty much talking to his producer, and the producer telling him that he was wilding out, and T.I was like, I don't remember doing that shit, kind of like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of ordeal and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So very creative. I like it.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't really get the interludes except for like the last one, the confrontation. But I like it didn't sound like an interlude. It sounded like half of a song. You know what I'm saying? Like he was still rapping. He still had like a beat to it. So,
Yeah, I can see the transition because, of course, you did. We first got introduced to the tip side, the gangster side of him, but now with this transition in the album, you get the clean cut, polished businessman Ti, pretty much. So I can see where it would come off as kind of like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type deal. I can see how that goes.
Right. And next track, Help Is Coming. This was produced by Just Blaze. Um, what I got from this track, it's a very interesting track where he's pretty much saying that there's a lot at that time. There's a lot of fake niggas that pretend that they from the trap, or they pretend that they gangsters. Like pretty much talking about studio gangsters because y'all got to remember, like back in like '05, '06, '07, Atlanta, Houston. A lot of the trap rappers. They were really coming out, and there's like a lot of motherfuckers that was coming out. Like it was either you were coming out, you were either making up a dance, or you were either like talking about you a trapper. And Ti is pretty much just saying that there's a lot of motherfuckers just pretend that where they came from, like don't always gravitate to that thug life and shit like that. So at first I didn't really care for it, but now it's kind of growing on me now and stuff like that. And he kind of mentions Nas is the hip hop is dead because you guys got to remember like um Nas pretty much said hip hop is dead, did a whole album on that shit like that. And a lot of southern rappers like Jeezy and Andre 3000, they kind of took offense to that, you know what I'm saying? So And yeah, so this is pretty much very
Andre that dropped hasn't dropped the album since Love Below. You gonna take offense to that?
Well,
Make an album then, Andre.
Oh my god, Try is going in tonight.
mm,
I'm just saying. Took
But that's
offense
all
to
I had
that.
to
You
say.
don't drop an album in like a decade. You gotta take offense to what Nas is saying. Make an album then. Show Nas that yo, like hip hop ain't dead because it's living in the South right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand some of these artists, yo.
Exactly.
Like, you gotta apologize to this artist for talking about him, or you taking offense by what Nas said because he feel like the game is over. Then make an album. You ain't drop
mm,
shit. You have writer's block or whatever. You know. I mean I thought the song is dope. I like the song. It has a nice beat. Like the guitars in it. It's like a real street track. And T.I. saying, Grand Hustle home, I'm gonna make you respect it. They say the market shit's down, so I ain't affected. Tell the label relax, they don't need the stress yet. Just cut the check and I'll handle the rest. And I thought it was a solid album cut. Dope.
yeah, the help is coming. Yeah, I can see where the message of the song pretty much is addressing to all those guys who are those wannabes or those wannabe gangsters or pretty much portraying themselves to be real when they're really not. They're pretty much fake. Yeah, I can definitely see how that can be relevant even now to what it was back then. Because yeah, those years, 05, 06, 07, oh my God, those years, it was like every other week or whatever, guys were coming out with like a new dance or one of those catchy songs that gets played on the radio so many times to the point where it gets on your nerves and you be like, ugh, you
Who's
just
that
want
Ricky Bobby?
where you just want to be tempted to just I don't know, throw your radio out the window or shoot your TV because you're sick of seeing that video.
Bro, I remember I was watching Oprah back in like '07, and
uh,
Oprah was trying to learn how to do the chicken noodle soup.
oh
Oh
my
my God,
God.
what? You serious?
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Just to go like
Oh
chicken
my
noodle.
God.
Oh my God.
Uh,
At
Oprah, what you
least
gonna do?
Wolf Blitzer had some rhythm when he was doing the Dougie.
You said what?
I said Wolf Blitzer had some rhythm when he was doing the Dougie.
yeah.
Oh, Wolf was killing that Dougie. See the
Oh
Dougie,
yeah.
I actually like the Dougie.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, rest in peace to that dude that died from the group though, M
Yeah.
Bone or whatever.
Oh wow. Dang.
Yeah, I think he got shot.
Mm.
But yeah, I remember when Dougie Fresh was. If you have Dougie Fresh endorsing that shit, then you doing something right.
Right.
Y'all, I was surprised there was no do the mashed potato and shit.
Oh my God.
There was a do the Superman, do the SpongeBob, do the Batman, do the Spider Man, do
Oh my
the
God.
do the shit. I was like, do the Bugs Bunny and shit. Shit, I was
Surprised
waiting
no
for
one
it.
didn't come out with that.
I was waiting for it. Do the fuck. They even had to do the Aquaman.
What?
I remember to do the Aquaman.
You
Oh
got
my
Superman,
God.
you got Batman, Aquaman. They did the whole Justice League.
Pretty
Right.
much.
They had a Spider Man and shit.
Got a Spider-Man one. Well, he's Marvel. He's not
Yeah,
DC.
Marvel, yeah.
I don't know, but still. But anyway, yeah. Let me stop before somebody makes do the Incredible Hulk. Just be smashing everything and stuff, you know. Anyway, track number 10, My Swag, featuring Wyclef.
Mm,
This was around the time when swag was very popular around this time.
yeah.
Popular for like 3 years. I didn't
Mm.
care for this track. I was like, yeah, Wyclef. This is one time's enough for me.
I actually like it. I like the White Cliff too.
Wow.
I thought it was though. I don't know. I don't know why White was on here twice though, but I thought it was cool. It was a nice track, and he was used. It sounded like he was using like an electric guitar
Mm,
on this track, and had like an old school '80s vibe to it. And T.I. saying, "You see me in Haiti with Wyclef Jean and a selection of ladies. We both got that working like back in the '80s. See, the money won't move me. Competition don't phase me." I thought it was a solid album.
Respect.
yeah, my swag.
Swag.
Yeah, I really was not feeling this song on here. I'll just be real. Wyclef just being on one song was enough for me, but for him to be on this album twice, I'm like, eh.
Mm. I definitely agree with you on that, man. It's
Yeah,
like after 2001, I just fell off Wyclef. He just tried to do every fucking genre, and I don't.
Yeah.
You know me, I don't mind motherfuckers who have no limits, but make sure that
right.
shit sounds good. Like know your
Right.
limitations too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like you don't see most Def trying to do like fucking pop music or bubblegum pop or whatever and shit like that. And
No.
I know people gonna say, "What about Miss Fat Booty?" I'm like, no, no, no. Let me explain. I'm gonna explain because the beat to Miss Fat Booty was like the whole black on both sides. It was like a tradition to the hip hop of the past, but at the same time, authentically still have like that
Mhm.
soul vibe and shit like that, cause that contemporary vibe and shit. So I don't want to hear that now compared to like what his Mister Sexual Abuser Talib Kweli is doing, trying to be
Oh
with the
God.
trappers and shit like that. But that's that's all I have to say, and you can put that on record too. I don't give a fuck. Um, track number 11, We Do This. This was an okay track. Again, the runners produced this track and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is okay.
This was alright. It wasn't nothing that a standout track for me. It was cool.
Yeah, I'll admit I had mixed feelings about this song, but just hearing it a few times today, I'll admit it was alright. Nothing really nothing really to brag about.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, Show It To Me featuring Nelly. This was an interesting track.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily dislike the track, but I don't feel like it fits on the album.
Right.
It definitely could have fit on T.I.'s King album, but it definitely could have fit in Nelly's Sweatsuit whatever album and shit. And because Nelly, he did his thing. I know Try's not the biggest. I'm not the biggest Nelly fan.
Don't
Try's
do
not the
that.
biggest fan.
Do not detract the people in the chat that like Nelly. It's just because I don't like him, don't mean y'all don't have to.
No, no, no. I'm just saying
I
though.
never
But I'm
cared for
not.
Nelly.
I'm
That's just me. Like I like. There's some songs he has that I like. I like Hot in Here. I like Grills. There's some joints like you said. I think this song would have been better fit for Nelly though, not for Ti.
Hey yo, I got an idea.
Uh,
I say we all should react to Nelly's Tip
Mm.
Drill remix video.
the one I used to play on BT.
Yeah, the one that got banned on BT
Oh wow.
Uncut. The one that pretty much made BT Uncut.
What
How
video?
you don't think you're gonna get banned for showing that video?
I don't give a fuck. Like,
Oh God.
like at this
So
point,
what?
I feel
All of
like
us gonna be reacting to it.
you said what?
So all of us gonna be reacting to it, or
I mean, if y'all want to and shit.
Get Coogee on there for that one.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna ask him right now, actually. But
Okay.
yeah, that's gonna be funny.
Oh boy.
But I want to get flagged.
You really think you gonna get flagged for this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cause they have a scene where this nigga it's literally sliding a whole debit card between the girl's butt cheeks and some shit.
Yeah, that was the best part of the video to me.
Oh my god.
And I remember I was watching Nelly's Behind the Music,
Mm,
Mhm.
and he was talking about that video.
mm,
Mm.
He was pretty much talking about how he was disappointed, how people were looking at him differently,
Mm.
and
wow. It's, what is he, like a rapist now? Like, it's a video.
Oh.
but
I don't
mind
understand
you,
some of the.
he got accused of rape years ago,
Oh,
but
did he? Oh, I didn't know.
Oh my
I
god.
chill,
didn't know that.
chill,
Oh wow.
chill. But yeah,
How
but
did he beat that case? He got
no,
accused of rape and he beat the case.
Right.
because the female lied about it. It was proven that she lied
Oh,
about it.
crazy.
But yeah, that's what I
Mm.
have to think about. Show it to me. That's all I have to say.
I think the song would have been better for Nelly album. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I hear this song, it reminded me
Yeah.
of trying to think of this song with Rick Ross would have been good for this feature also. 'Cause
Oh,
I could
I
definitely
agree.
hear Rick Ross on this track. But I think this song would have been better for Nelly's album instead of T.I.'s album. You know what I'm saying? But it was okay. It's not bad. And shout out to all the Nelly fans. I just because I don't listen to him don't mean y'all can't listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Despite what Rick says, like even if I don't care for him, y'all can listen to him.
Nah. I was trying to clarify a point and shit.
I've
'Cause
I've
I
heard
definitely,
worse. I've heard worse. So I mean, if I had to pick between Nelly and Migos, I'll listen to Nelly. So
yeah, I listen to Lil Zane over Migo. Let me stop. Let me
Little
stop.
Zane. Oh, I'm not going that far. I will listen to Nelly over Little Zane. No, no. This is the same guy that said he ghost wrote for Tupac. Come on, come on now.
But he said he did what?
He said he wrote for Tupac.
How the fuck you write for Tupac when this
Yeah,
nigga's like 13 years old?
dude said he used to write for Tupac. He was a ghostwriter for Tupac.
Get the
Who
fuck
believes
out
that?
of here. Get the fuck out of
Mm.
my face. Shit. Ghostwrite these nuts, motherfucker.
I will listen to Nelly over any mumble rap trap shit right now. So
Oh, facts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll admit, Show It to Me, it was definitely something I was not expecting, especially for T.I. to collab with Nelly, out of all people, really. Because, of course, lyrically and just their styles in general just are so totally different. Even though
Right.
I have nothing against Nelly, to be real, but mm, I had some mixed feelings about this song as well. I'll admit that it's somewhat catchy, so it's growing on me just a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying and shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, then we're gonna get to "Don't You Want to Be High," which necessarily after we listened to this song a couple of times, I totally forgot about this track. He's not necessarily talking about smoking. I guess smoking because he's mostly is referencing like flying high in a jet with a girl or whatever. But the way he did it was just so smooth and shit. You know what I'm saying? This should have been a single.
Hmm.
This should have been a single and shit. I don't care what no one says. But I guess we can't stay high on the radio like that. So we gotta be like, we gotta say,
Yeah.
don't you want to be dot dot dot? We gotta say that shit. So that's what I gotta say. But I like that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't like
You didn't like it?
yo. I didn't like
Oh
the song.
wow.
Mm. Yeah, I'll admit, Don't You Want to Be High? I mean, it was a pretty chill song, I'll admit. I feel like it was another song off this album that was just so underrated. I felt like it could have had potential or at least seen a lot of day, but I'll admit it's dope to me.
Yeah, man. It definitely has a like that glossy Rick Ross kind of feel to it, in my opinion. But there we get to touchdown. I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings out in chat. I
Mm.
know I hate this track.
Okay.
Fucking hate this track. All because of Marshall Mathers. Because even Marshall does not even like
Oh
that fucking
wow.
track and shit. Because of his fucking verse where he's trying to be like a southern rapper or some shit. I'm like, what is up with Eminem trying to do all these imitations like Jamaican and southern rapper? I'm sorry. I don't know. I like Eminem, but come on, man.
In Pakistani talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So this was what? This was around what? Encore Eminem?
Eminem
Or
presents the re-up. This
oh
is
oh
when
oh
he was
that
on hiatus.
right. Man. Yeah, I didn't like his accent on this song because he was like trying to sound like a southerner, you
Mm.
know? And I like the chorus though, like when we touch down, go from the private plane to the range, on the private plane getting brains. I like that. Ti did his thing. Again, this is another collab that was different for Ti, like collaborating with M and not knowing what you're gonna get with Slim Shady. Like he sounded like a southerner on here, and it wasn't one of his best verses. You know what I'm saying? But it was different to hear like Ti with like like a big artist at that time with Eminem. I liked the beat. I thought
Touchdown is definitely another one of those collabs I just really wasn't expecting for Ti to do with Eminem. Because I know a lot of times y'all mention like when y'all mention Eminem and some of his stuff. Some of his stuff, his I guess his early stuff was pretty good, but it's just his latter stuff has just been questionable or just not been good. But I'll admit, Touchdown wasn't a bad track to me.
Respect, respect.
I get, yeah, it's one of those songs I guess was one of those that I guess somewhat made Eminem's I guess singles or whatever just come off as decent and not straight up trash.
I agree. Okay, I see what you're saying. Then we're gonna get into like the final act, Act Three, Ti versus T.I.P. The confrontation, where pretty much just the climax of the whole album. But I'm just gonna be real with you. I just feel like this might be a climax, but the last three tracks, I wasn't really feeling like that. To be real with you, I don't know if it was just me, but I just felt like if the album would have just ended with the whole Act Three or whatever as the climax, and he just ended off with a song, maybe with
Hmm.
Respected Hustle, that would have been dope. But yeah,
Yeah,
but I definitely like the whole skit with just him arguing with himself and shit like that about how he the thug rapper made who he is and stuff. So very dope track. I love it.
yeah, I like the confrontation, and he's like talking with his other half about how he's going off the rails, and he's acting up, and that was like that could have been like a movie, like seeing him talk to his other half and trying to get him in line, and I like that I like this interlude. What's the other one?
yeah. I'll admit when it comes to the Act Three interlude with Ti versus Tip, I guess the confrontation. Yeah, I'll admit I liked it. It just makes you feel like you're in that moment with them and you're like who's gonna who's gonna win. Like Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, one of them gonna be like the the one to survive and the other one to perish. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying on that. Then we're gonna get into Tell 'em I Said That. Um, this is another track where he's talking about studio gangsters and niggas that really ain't trappers and stuff like that. Pretty okay track. Probably in my opinion the strongest out of the three, if you ask me. So yeah,
Yeah, this was a dope track. Definitely like the beat and a real solid album cut. It was cool.
Tell him I said that. Yeah, even though it's one of those songs that falls under the Act Three, the confrontation. I I just really didn't see the appeal for it. It didn't do nothing for me.
true. Um, then we're gonna get into Respect This Hustle. This track was again an okay track. The part where he's yelling and stuff like that, it was just kind of too much in my opinion. I'm just like what he's saying, what you yelling for and shit like that, pretty much and stuff like that. But it's like respect this hustle. It's kind of filler. I don't know. I just thought it was like more filler and stuff. But
I thought it was good. I like the beat. I like the bass and the hi hats on it, and T.I. saying these niggas bitch made. I'm getting paid 6 ways, my 6 slaves. Shit spray lemonade whip blade. And I like the chorus. I ain't in it for the fame. I ain't in it for the glory. I'm down to die for it. Absolutely mandatory. Fire track.
Yeah, respect this hustle. I get what T.I was trying to get his point across in this song, but it feels like at the same time, yeah, you want people to respect the hustle, but it's kind of like you're you're being a little extra if you're like really in folks' faces, like screaming at them or screaming on the song, pretty much.
Right.
I like the message of the song, but I just didn't care for like the approach of it.
fact. And then the last song is My Type. Very anticlimactic way to end this album.
Mm.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It just felt too generic. Re-listening to it, I just felt too generic. But he did have some nice lines. Like I love the line when he said, "Touch you not to accept defeat. You go all out or be gone. But bet it ain't the same in the streets now that he be gone." Just talking about his homeboy that likes his life and shit. So I respect it more than I like it. I'm gonna be real with you.
I thought it was nice. It was a nice beat, nice pianos and organs. It has real climactic feel to the song. T.I. saying his daughters grew like him or not, left his family on. He would be paid the funeral service he had in the dome. But I like the song. I thought it was a nice way to end off the album. It was cool.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, my type. It just I don't know for it to be the final track off the album. It was just a disappointment to me. It to me, I felt like this song was just another one of those bland tracks that really didn't grab me. You know?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I could have done without this.
Right. And that's all the songs off this album. Overall, when I first heard this album back in '07, I loved it, because this was actually one of the first hip hop albums I had in my collection at that time, along with Kanye's Graduation, Biggie's Life After Death, had this album too. And I also had the Paper Trail album at that time too. So I loved it just because how angry T.I was. Growing up now, I still love the album, but I do have like a couple, maybe one or two gripes. I definitely felt that in all three acts there was maybe like one or two songs long overdue, in my opinion. Um, I definitely felt like some beats in the album, like Some beats, the production, like for the most part, was dope. Was great for the most part. But
Right,
at the same time, there was like one or two beats I just felt like it was just it could have been added a bit more stuff to it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely felt like the Act Three was definitely anticlimactic. I mean, I love the concept. I definitely love the concept where he went with, you know.
right,
But at the same time, I personally felt like it. I might want to just re-listen to the deluxe edition track, and maybe just want to re-listen to those tracks.
mm,
But overall, I definitely feel like this is a very underrated album, in my opinion, from Ti. I think that this album, a lot of people want to say that it was a fall off compared to like his golden era, which was trap music all the way to King
right,
and stuff like that. And they pretty much say that Paper Trail was a comeback, which I'll probably talk about Paper Trail one day. I'm not too sure when and stuff. I still want to talk about his earlier albums.
right,
So yeah, I'm gonna personally I'll give this album a four mics because this was definitely a very very dope album. The first Ti album I have, you know, even like the diehard Ti fans, I never hear them mention Ti as T.I.P. It was like they'll talk about trap music out of respect. They'll talk about King because you know that's his magnum opus. They'll
right,
talk about Paper Trail because you know that was his comeback.
right.
Uh, Eventually, one time, if they'll talk about urban legend, they'll throw in urban legend once in a while, but that's like rarely and shit.
But I thought it was a solid album. It was different to hear him collab with like Eminem and Wyclef on two songs. Like he really enjoyed
Mm.
Wyclef in the studio, I guess, to have two songs on here, and you know, it was. I like the fact that he didn't he didn't like overload the album with a lot of features. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he can carry an album mostly on his own, and you have Jay-Z on here taking shots at Weezy, and I think the production was great. The songs like Big Shit Poppin' and Dope Man, and you know what it is. Hurt, Help Is Coming, I like Touchdown with Eminem, even though I didn't like Eminem's verse on here. Um, what else? My Swag, Respect the Hype. This also, I thought it was a solid album. I definitely would give it a four. It definitely is a tight album. It's yeah, people don't mention it when it comes to his classic stuff, but it was like I guess this would be like an in between album for him after King and before Paper Trail. But I think it was a
Yeah.
solid album.
For this to be the first Ti album I've ever listened to, I'll admit some stuff did intrigue me. Some had me a little surprised, like the collab he did with Alpha Omega and Busta Rhymes, collabing with Nelly, and collabing with Wyclef on two tracks off this album. But excuse me, I'll admit there was some stuff that I liked, such as Big Stuff Poppin'. Um, you know what it is, even though I didn't care for Wyclef's ad libs on that song. Um, Touchdown, The Dope Man, I'll admit those were some of my favorites off this album. But if I had to rate this, I'll probably rate it 4 out of 5 as well.
What's that? All right. Well, I'm actually about to end off this video for the night because I'm hungry and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So I have a few announcements I was actually going to make before I left. Hopefully, tonight I'm actually going to schedule the release for the re-uploaded version of the part two of the beat episode because I know I had some sound issues with the first one. So what I did was I just instead of re-recording, I just took the background music off this part where my voice was kind of altered a little bit. So Hopefully that'll be more clearer and stuff like that. And um, I was actually going to ask you, try if
Yeah.
you're free anytime tomorrow, Saturday. Do you want to do a pre-recorded review of Memphis Bleak's The Understanding album?
Okay, cool. Do that.
Bet. Okay. Yeah, because I was just jammed to that album the other day, and like I said, I never heard that album,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be quite honest with my thoughts. Some things surprised me. Um, this Sunday we're gonna do the second album from Tony, The Revival. I really cannot wait for this one because, as much respect as I have for the Who album, I really cannot wait to talk about this one because when they really started getting good. Samuel, I was just getting into that. If I play my cards right, I know next week me and Try are going to talk about Nas and Nas. I mean, I Am and Nostradamus next week, which I will let you know today.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking I might just review both those albums the same day to keep it a buck with you.
Epic review. Both albums in one.
Yeah,
We got to
and
talk about the lost tracks and the double album.
so you want to talk about the Lost tapes too?
All in one. Cause they
Oh
all go
shit.
with those two albums. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, not as I mean, when we talk about the lost tapes, not as far as the actual album, but talking about those songs that was left off of that planned double album.
Yeah, okay,
Because both of those albums are connected. So
got you. And I know Sam. The OC albums. I plan on doing OC probably late December, so stay tuned on that. And I was gonna ask y'all before I left, do y'all want to do a review on either Mary J. Blige's "Share My World" or Changing Faces' first album?
I'm down for both. So.
Or you
Either
down for
one, whatever y'all want to do.
okay, because I've been low key in a Changing Faces mood because I just recently saw a video about whatever happened to them. So and that first album is so underrated. So I'll definitely let y'all know about that.
Did, didn't we do a ludicrous review already? Oh no.
I've never done a little bit of Chris
No,
review on this shit.
Q would like some ludicrous album review.
Yeah, Q. That's coming 2021. So stay tuned on that. Cause I got a lot more. I mean, I've already got caught up. Cause like I
Yeah,
said, just got the Deltron review done.
that was
I
dope.
still got to do the Tyler the Creator review this month too. So oh yeah, and I'm trying to have like a lot more happy albums this month and stuff like that. Cause this whole fucking year has been some bullshit.
Hmm.
Now you're telling me that fucking Debo died and shit. So
Yeah, I
hell, I'm
told Reg that sometime tonight, and yeah, he didn't. At first, he didn't believe me when I first mentioned it. I was like, yeah, it's true.
yeah, because like I said, I just saw like a post months ago talking about a death hoax on this nigga, and then motherfucker
Hmm.
died.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
very
So
sad.
very sad, but R.I.P. So yeah, so that's why this whole month I'm trying to like brighten up the whole mood before I go on my little break and shit too. So and what else? That's it. Yeah, I think that's it and shit. Also, thanks for the love that we all got for the Scarface review yesterday and shit. That was
Yes,
dope as fuck.
I love that.
Very
We gotta
dope.
do more movie discussion.
Yeah, like, I've been gangster. Let's do Goodfellas. Let's do Casino. Let's
Yes,
do it.
definitely down to do that.
Hell, I'll do some bad movies too. Like, hell, I'll even review Love and Basketball. Why I hate Love and Basketball.
You didn't like Love and
Oh,
Basketball?
I'm gonna,
Wow.
I'm gonna hurt the black. I'm gonna get hate from the black community. Fuck it.
mm,
I'm gonna get hate
yeah,
from the black community. I'm like, why I hate Love and Basketball?
Wow.
yeah. I would want to
Cause
see a
niggas
video
look
that
at me
with
like
Reg
I'm
explain
Satan.
that.
Like niggas look at me like I'm Satan. Like, like I'm sorry, but I personally think Love Jones, Jason's lyrics, those are my kind of love stories and shit.
I
I'm
feel you.
sorry. Like, hell, give me, give me Mo Better Blues. Give me more
Okay.
Better Blues, man. Like conflicted with the love of his music and women. Hell, Purple Rain is a better love story than Love and Basketball. Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Oh yeah,
Wow.
I'm going in. I'm going in.
Soul in the Hole. Soul in the Hole wasn't a love story.
I've never seen that movie. I just heard the
You never saw
soundtrack.
Soul in the Hole? That was a good like documentary movie type of thing. The soundtrack is great though.
Shit, fucking shit. Give me hate Love and Basketball. Fuck that
Wow.
movie. Fuck.
So
Play
you're
too much.
gonna do so you're gonna do a trashy film review on Love and Basketball?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Oh,
Yo.
And you know how if y'all
mm,
seen the Nostalgia Critic, I'm gonna like post my fucking head on fucking on my S by. I might just do that fucking shit, have like angry face, like ah.
oh wow.
Save the Last Dance. What you thought about that film? You didn't think that was cringy?
You said what?
Save the Last Dance. What did you think about that film that Eric said?
I personally I hate all dance movies.
Oh, so you don't like
What?
so you didn't like Honey? You didn't like Honey? You didn't like
Hell no. Did not like
What?
Honey. Hell, the only dance movie I liked was
You,
Dance
you
Flick,
didn't
and that
like
was a
Step
parody
Up?
of dance movies. Like Fame
You didn't
got,
like Step
got the
Up?
slide. Fame got the slide and shit.
Step Up,
Saturday Night
Flash Dance?
Fever.
Mm,
So what?
Did you like Flash Dance?
Oh, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
mm.
You
Saturday
Got
Night
Served.
Fever.
That was a good one. You didn't
The
like You Got
soundtrack
Served?
saved. You said what?
You Got Served. You didn't like that one?
That was the one with Omarion,
Yeah. And Marquis Susan?
Trash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Step Up. You didn't like that one
mm.
with Channing Tatum?
Oh, get the fuck out of here. I'd rather watch Vanilla Ice's movie than that bullshit.
Cool as Ice? Cool as Ice was
Wow.
bad. You want to
I'd
watch
rather
Cool as
watch
Ice over
Cool as
here?
Ice over all dance movies. I don't give a
What?
fuck. Oh,
Wow.
Wild Style.
Mm.
No, Sam, Wild Style. That's a hip hop movie. That's breakdancing. That's cool. Beat Street, Wild
Yo,
Style.
I've never heard that. Cool as Ice is not better
Mm.
than those dance films. Cool as Ice?
I don't give
Wow.
a fuck.
Wow.
And I've seen Cool as Ice like before. Shit. You know what? I'm also gonna cause controversy. You know what?
You already
I'm
did.
gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
He said he don't like no dance movies. Breaking counts as one,
I'm
right? You don't like Breaking
I'm
Out
gonna
or Electric
I'm
Boogaloo?
gonna hurt a lot of people, but I
Wow.
didn't care too much for the preacher's wife,
Uh-oh.
Whitney Houston.
I didn't care for that though. That didn't.
I
Is
mean, it was
What?
well
It
acted.
was
It was
both. I
well
mean, I saw it.
acted, but I didn't care
I
too
like the
much.
Bodyguard more. I like the Bodyguard more than the Preacher's Wife.
Oh yeah, same. Hell, I
Yeah.
even like
Oh my.
waiting to excel over
Yeah,
that. And
when Texas was, I like that one. That was better.
Okay, yeah, I love all those movies, but you
Mm.
really never liked The Preacher's Wife?
it's not that I didn't dislike it. It was just one of those. It's like one of those movies I would watch on a Sunday if I have nothing else to do.
A Sunday night film after dinner.
No, like a Sunday, like a 11:35 movie. If I don't feel like going to church and stuff like that, which that's pretty much most of the time to keep it a buck. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm also going to be real with you guys too.
Uh-oh.
There's more.
I'm gonna hurt a lot of people.
There's
And I
more.
talked to Try about this, but Get Rich and Die Trying was a poor attempt for an 8 Mile ripoff. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my God. Are you
Good
serious?
Lord.
He's not even rapping in that. Well, he was rapping in that film, but it's not like 8 Mile though. It was like a biopic.
Right.
Bah, let me explain something. And I know I said I was gonna leave, but I'm hot right now.
Okay.
With 8 Mile, I put it it's like the hip hop equivalent to Purple Rain in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It let me explain. Let me explain. It captured 1995 to the
Mm-hmm.
fullest. The
Mm-hmm.
music,
Yeah.
style, the
Yep.
freestyle.
Yep.
Get Rich or Die Trying. It jumped so much around the timeline. I could not keep up. One minute
Mm-hmm.
this nigga was
He
one minute
don't
this
want to
nigga was
snitch.
in high school, and this nigga talk about I'm a gangster granddad and I'm proud of it. Next minute they have a poor attempt at to have a mustache, and it's like what the fuck? It's like he's jumping. It's like this nigga was a kid for like 8 minutes. Then they jump into him being trained under Majestic. What kind of gangster's named Majestic? Majestic.
Oh my God, man.
Mm.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say one more movie confessions.
Oh,
I actually like this. I might do a video of this, but I feel like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's The Wash is an underrated hood classic.
oh my
There,
God.
I said it.
This dude said Cool as Ice is great, and none of these dancing films
I
are
didn't.
great.
I
And then
didn't
you
say
said The Wash
Super
is a
Guys
great
is
film.
great. I said I'd rather watch it than any other dance movie. I didn't say it was great. See, I didn't say it was great. Let me tell you
The
something.
Wash.
No, Reg did not say it was great. I just said I'd rather watch it over all dance movies.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
I
Let's
can't
leave
watch
that
nothing
right
with
there.
Vanilla Ice.
And
The
I
Wash.
and
The
you're talking
remake. Not even
to
the
a
fucking
guy.
original thing. Wow.
You're talking to a guy that's seen MC Hammer's biopic. So,
Oh wow.
He had a
but
biopic?
back to the you said what?
I didn't know he had a biopic.
Oh my!
I
It was
heard about that, but I've never seen it.
The
I've
Hammer
heard about
biopic.
that,
Was
but
that on
never seen
Lifetime also?
no, it was on VH1 back in like 2001.
I missed
I
that.
heard about that, but I never watched his biopic.
Wow, they had Hakeem from Moesha play Tupac.
What?
What?
Oh my God.
Y'all
Oh my
wrong
god!
for that.
Are you serious?
But yeah,
Y'all are wrong.
back to the Wash. I just felt like the Wash was a hood classic. Like Dre and Snoop Dogg was just like stupid. On that.
Oh my
How,
God.
you know what? You know what killed me? They
Mm.
had this one scene when Dre was the fucking cop, when Stu got high, all high as shit. And niggas they were like, "Nigga, I'm the LAPD." Fucking playing that cocaine.
Mm.
uh, oh, Q. The soundtrack was fire. The soundtrack was fucking fire,
I
man. They
don't
had
know.
that "Smiling Faces" sometimes sample for that track. One of my favorite Dre songs. I don't care what no one said. But yeah, I've already wasted too much time because my stomach is growling and stuff. So I want to say thank y'all so much for watching.
Red,
If
would you
y'all
would
could,
you do would you do a Cool as Ice movie review?
hell no, don't even think about asking me that. But yeah, I'm really gonna do a trashy review on Love and Basketball. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm actually gonna watch it 3 times. I'm gonna
I'm
watch
not
it.
doing that because then people gonna hit me up like, yo, you bugging.
No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if niggas hit me up and shit. I don't give
People
a
gonna be
fuck.
mad at me like, what is wrong with you guys? What are y'all doing?
Oh my god. Because I just personally feel like it's not a good love story. I don't know. It's like
I
you
got to see it.
black women were mad at me because I said I did not like this movie.
I've got to see it. I've
Like
got to
black
see it.
women called me the devil because I did not like this movie. Like they try to deframe my character and stuff like that. So you know what?
Wow.
I have to. You know what?
Whoa.
Mm.
In the words of one of my favorite EPMD songs, "Play the Next Man." Let's hit it. Let's do it. Come on. Don't play me. Play the next man. Shit. Fuck that.
Oh man.
Mm.
Wow.
Shit. Cut him off. Cut him off. Y'all,
Mm.
y'all. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, listen to "Business Never Personal," man. Classic song. But anyway, I'm gonna end off the video for tonight. Thank y'all so much for watching. And yeah, I'm on fire tonight. So
Yes, you are.
try.
Yeah.
Expect a call from me later, try, okay?
Yes, we need to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk. I'm gonna eat something, work on some music, call your ass, watch Power. It's gonna be a good night. Fuck this. So
Okay.
good night.
Peace.